This is Aviva and Akko, and I'm doing a little karaoke with Tracy Chapman, a song called Change. And I'm doing this for a couple of reasons. I looked at my YouTube channel, which now has only one video of me singing. And I like to sing. I don't like to listen to people talk. I have a unusual hearing impairment. I am not flexible. Don't call me. I'll never answer. I don't like phone calls. I don't like pressure to listen to anyone talk. I will not respond congenially if you knock on my door, find some way to get into my yard. I will call the police. No uninvited guests are ever welcome here. I don't bite, but I don't listen to people who bother me or talk to me or yell at me or try to force it themselves upon me, and I'm not looking for a partner. And I do post a lot on X as Aviva Levy 3. My Hebrew name is Aviva Yehudit Ovitsky. That's a legal name, and Levy is my original family name. They wouldn't let me change it legally because I don't have a rabbinical certificate because the rabbi that named me that is dead. But it's not a fake, and I'm not a fake. There's nothing about me that's fake, I hope. In any event, I've also wanted to document my weight loss. 2 years ago, I weighed about 83 or 85 kilos. Now I weigh 62 kilos. It's a loss of 26 kilos. And how I did it after being fat most of my life, being known as Abby Flabby at Putterho when I was a kid, um, is kind of amazing. I wrote it all down, and it's on a free website called Fat Secret. I think you can get premium if you pay for it. I don't know what you get if you pay for it. I've never paid for it. I've only used the free diary, and it's very helpful. And I think they get their funding from brand names that advertise on there, and they want to see. It's kind of like a market research thing where they get people to write down exactly what they eat and which brand and how much, and then they know exactly who's buying what, and it helps them, and that's why it's free. Which is fine, except I don't buy any American brands, and I don't eat any processed foods, and all of my I do all my cooking myself. I bake a product that I kind of invented. I mean, there are other products, similar ones in California and maybe in Oregon and the States where medical cannabis is legal. I've been a Parkinson's patient in Israel since 2021, and I don't take my meds the way they're prescribed. I don't consult with any doctors. I don't want to. I don't want medical advice. I don't believe in allopathic medicine. I never have. My parents didn't. My grandparents didn't. I'm pretty sure, even though I never met them. Um, and how I treat it is with medical cannabis. It's what I've done for 20 or 30 years now. It's the best medicine. It's the only medicine that works. And I bake cookies and muffins that someday I'd like to get regulated and licensed for sale. Right now I can't share them or give them away, so I just make them for myself. And that, if anything, is my secret. And I call them, I'm going to register it as a name, and this will be I suppose, a notice that it's my name that I came up with, the Canna Cookie Company. And I hope to create it as a legal company wherever I can. Right now I'm in Israel. I've been here for over 5 years, and we do produce the oil here, and I use Israeli products as much as I can. All the spices are local Israeli spices. The cannabis oil is made by Teva Pharmaceuticals. It is olive oil based. Can't digest seed oil, so it's an allergen for me. The other oils that are on the market are made with MCT oil, which is a seed oil. I use Dutch ghee, which I buy in as much bigger quantities I can, given that I'm handicapped and I go to the grocery store in a wheelchair. But I drag back a couple of cans every time I go. And what else do I put in there? Local eggs and spelt flour, which is probably from Ukraine or Russia or somewhere. I don't think we have wheat fields in Israel. And I do make muffins, different kinds. This can of bananas, which uses bananas that are probably imported unless they're hothouse. I don't think we grow bananas here. I could be wrong. Carrots. My mother used to make a really nice carrot cake without the frosting because I was Abby Flabby most of my life. But I do like carrot cake. It reminds me of her. My mother baked, and my Polish grandfather had a bakery, which isn't there anymore. I don't know what became of it. I hope to find out someday in Częstochowa, Poland. Um, and so baking is in my blood, and it's mostly what I eat, and fish. I eat a lot of fish. Norwegian salmon. It's farmed, I'm pretty sure. In any event, I cheer myself up and entertain myself, as I have been most of my life, with music. And I don't write music. I literally can't hear the beat. I have to work on that. I've worked on it most of my life, trying to sort of, count the beat. Sometimes it just frustrates me. But I keep working on it because eventually it cheers me up if I work out. I've got a library in my Spotify account of maybe 2,000 or 3,000 songs in different languages. It's another reason I study languages, so I can understand the lyrics, because I can't hear them, but I can read them. And then when I listen to this song, I try to match it up in my brain. It's a kind of therapy. It's free, but it works. And the diagnoses, in case you think I'm making this all up because I'm just so eccentric and I need some excuse. Well, it's a good excuse, but nobody understands it, including the doctors, which is why I don't go to them anymore. Nobody knows what it is. It's called Central Auditory Processing Disorder. There is a Wikipedia article on it. You can go look that up. It's going to tell you that in children there's this kind of an experimental treatment. They give them white noise, hearing aids, that's things that you put in your ear. I find that extremely annoying. I don't have any pop-ups. No notification. Well, I have pop-ups for defense, for IDF. That's the only one, and I don't like anything buzzing, making noise. I don't have my phone on. It's only used for internet, and it will never answer it because it doesn't ring, buzz, or make any flashing noises, and I just don't use it. I don't use any mobile device. I only communicate when I'm in my room with a computer and a full keyboard, and the keyboard looks like this. It's an ergonomic keyboard. I can't use a touch-tone screen because my hand shakes sometimes because of Parkinson's. So I cannot use the phone, literally cannot use a telephone. Don't nag me about it. Don't pressure me about it. And any pressure on me will just get blowback in the form of litigation. That's how I handle stress. I litigate. That's what I did for almost 30 years professionally. And I'm not going to stop, and I'm not going to listen to people talk. And if you think I'm a bitch, then you can just have a nice life. I don't care what people think anymore. I'm too old and too disabled and to focus on what people think, and I just don't really give a shit anymore. I try to be a good person, a good citizen of both my countries, which is Israel and the United States. Quite possible that I'm also a Polish citizen. I'll find out when I get there, because it's too difficult for me to communicate with the Polish embassy from where I am, given that they don't really read, and when they read, they don't really think about what they're reading, and they don't really care about written messages, and they've probably got more than enough work to do. But when I go there and meet them face to face and bring my documents, I don't think it would be very difficult to convince them that I am Pole, which would give me a ticket to stay in the EU as long as I want to, which might be useful, maybe not. I don't have a problem with staying in Israel forever. I didn't expect to go back to the United States because, for many reasons, I feel safer here. So anyway, I was going to sing you a song, and since I can't quite get the music in my head and remember it, I just like these lyrics. I think it's timely for what's going on now. Personally and also politically, we're facing a lot of change, and this song, I don't know when it was written. I'm not going to Google it now. They never put the complete information on Spotify, but Tracy Chapman, I believe, wrote it probably 20 or 30 years ago, and I've always said that she's always had the right pitch and tone for me. I can sing along with her, and I would love to meet her someday and sing with her, but I don't think she's coming to Akko. Anyway, here goes, and if I screw up, then don't judge me. I'm hearing impaired and old. do? Can't hear anything. I turned it too low because before it was too loud. Now I can't hear anything. There. If you knew that you would die today, if you saw the face of God and love, would you change? Would you change? If you knew that love can't break your heart, when you're down so low you cannot fall, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? How bad, how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret? What chain reaction could cause an effect? Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change, makes you change. Knew that you would be alone, knowing right, being wrong. Would you change? Would you change? Would you change? If you knew that you would find a truth that brings a pain that can't be soothed, would you change? Would you change? But how good does it need to get? How many losses, how much regret? Chain reaction would cause an effect. Makes you turn around, makes you try to explain, makes you forgive and forget, makes you change, makes you change. Are you so uptight you can't be bent if it comes to blows? Are you so sure you won't be crawling? If not for the good, the wire is falling, wire is falling. If everything you think you know makes your life unbearable, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? If you'd broken every rule and vow, and hard times come to bring you down, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? If you knew that you would die today, if you saw the face of God in love, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? If you saw the face of God in love, if you saw the face of God in love, would you change? Would you change? Would you change? Yeah, I'm still smoking, but I'm trying to get it out. I've got patches. In Israel, they look like this. Okay, that's it. I've changed. I don't know if it's gonna please everybody, but it pleases me, and if I can do it, so can you. if you want to. Good day and Shavua Tov from Israel.